So the team at Sofabaton have sent us their latest universal remote control. This is the U2. I've got it out of the box here already to show you. What I did love straight out of the box is it comes with the batteries. So that is a good start. We've got up here, add device. So we've got power, TV, we've got another power button option here, a return button, up, down, left and right. We've got all the different buttons that you see on a normal TV remote control. Now, the impressive thing with the U2 is that it has over 6,000 brands that this remote control will work with and up to 500,000 devices. So you can set this up a few different ways. You can actually get a remote control and pair the infrared to the different buttons, or you can actually use the Sofabaton app or connect via Bluetooth. So I actually have the app here already pre-installed, and you can see here which type does your device support for remote control. So if it's infrared or is it Bluetooth. So if we click Bluetooth, you will see a whole different array of different things here. So if you have a Chromecast, basically you just choose that and hit continue, choose an icon for it, hit continue, hit next, we connect to the remote and next. And then basically when you're logged into your Chromecast, you would go up to pairing, you would hit done, you would press these two buttons here. You can see on the app, these two buttons, and then this remote will hook up to your Chromecast that's plugged into your TV. Now, the other option is you can just go infrared. Now you can search in the database, or you can learn from the original remote control. So that's really cool. If you've got your existing remote control, you press this button and then every button you can map. If you don't have your remote control, you've lost it, you can go through all of these different options from all the different brands. So in our case, I'm going to choose Samsung. And as there's so many different models, you might know the model number of your TV. So I have an F8000. So there it's giving us all of our command lists. Now, once you've set that all up, you hit next, it will download that library, that Samsung TV to the remote. You can see they're currently downloading. So we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so we're set up and complete. You can see just how quick and easy that was to search through the list of remote controls and add that device in. Now, when we look at our remote control here, you see that we now have Samsung listed as a device, and then you can scroll up and down between those. So that's pretty cool. You'll notice now when looking at the TV, I can turn the device on. So I've then got all of the controls that I would normally have with my remote control. You know, you can see skipping through the channels. You can see volume adjust.
It comes from being together.
You can see play, pause. All of the different options that I would have with my Samsung remote is easily available. I've got input select through there. I've got the home button for smart TV. Everything is there at my fingertips. Pretty cool. So I am going to do one more. So I've got a Samsung in the lounge, which is a QN85. And again, I would choose all of these different options just to check that that works for my TV. I would hit next, choose another icon for that TV. Again, it's going to download the code for that to the remote control. Okay, and now that that is complete, you can see I've got two different Samsung TVs there and the different icons. Now I could go back into the app and rename this one to Samsung Lounge and Samsung Kitchen. So the good thing about that is now I can easily identify which one is the Samsung in the kitchen and which one is the lounge. And you can see the scroll wheel, you can just go up and down through those. If we hooked up the Chromecast would come up as another option that you could cycle between as well.
So how easy is this? You just use the scroll wheel. We've gone from Samsung Kitchen to Samsung Lounge. I then press the power button. And there we go. I am controlling my Samsung TV and all of the smart features with this remote. If I want to go into Netflix, press OK. It knows what all these buttons are because we programmed it in. Love that feature. Pretty cool.
So if you're after a universal remote control that works with so many different brands, then I definitely think the Sofabaton U2 is worth checking out.